fancy intro. This is my second time using. I'm so excited. And it worked. And it worked. It worked. It worked because last time I was struggling. Technology. That's why I was like, please log on, because I know technology is not our friend. You know, in these streets, they have a mind of its own to do things. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm so uber super excited.
Yay, me too.
Like I told you in the green room,
A lot of energy.
This is me all day, every day. My husband be like, bro, you doing too much, bring it down. It just feels big. I say it's the joy of the Lord, right?
Yes.
You have to. Life is so crazy. You have to find some joy. So this is my joy. So sometimes I like to plug it into people, and then they get like, oh my God. So thank you so much for joining us, each and every person who's on this podcast, YouTube, all of these new words that we're using, like, follow, subscribe, all those words, right? That's what you hear every time you are on someone's podcast, YouTube. So we appreciate you. We'll appreciate everyone who takes the time to listen and follow on all that's good things. So again, today we're here rocking with you from the dumping ground. We do 2 shows a month. As you guys see, you probably haven't seen us in a while, but guess what? Like May said, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Of course, we come back with our amazing guest. Oh my gosh, she has amazing accolades, right? She is a business coach, a writer. Oh, she's a writer, and we were talking about writing. Yeah. Trying to encourage Makisha to write. I asked her if I could just talk. She was like, no, Makisha, I need to get to writing. She's right. I appreciate it. I know, just right. You know, this is her life, and I appreciate for her coming on this show. I'm going to give her a moment to tell us a little bit about herself and introduce herself.
Absolutely. Makisha, thank you so much for having me on here. And thank you for everyone who is tuning in today. My name is Kamille Thomas, and I am the owner of Aspire2GrowHigher LLC. And I am a writer, an author, a book coach. And I just love helping people to bring their stories to life. I know a lot of people don't like to write, and I love to. So that's why I do what I do. I want people to be proud of their first book, look back on it and say, I did that. So my job is to help them to have that experience, have a good experience, whether it's their first book or their 15th book. So, yeah.
Of course, we were talking about our amazing Shelly in the green room, and guess who pops up? Hi, Shelly! Again, I'm so excited to have you here to kind of tell us about your journey, what brought you here. And I'm super excited for you to talk about a win, because like I was telling you in the green room, we're all about here promoting, celebrating your wins and celebrating yourself, so we could take a moment and celebrate you. So if you could tell us about a win that you had, and so we can celebrate you.
Okay. Well, a lot has happened over the last couple of years, but this month on Veterans Day, I was announced as one of Shiro Coffee Club's ambassadors for 2025. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. I told you in the green room, we appreciate your service, your sacrifice.
Thank you.
You taking that opportunity. I mean, like, you're Air Force, like that means you're a smart cookie, because I remember growing up, like I was telling you in the green room, they were trying to call me and talk about come on and join this military. I was like, get rid of boot camp and war, your girl be on site. But unfortunately, they said that's not gonna happen. So that's why I took a different path. But again, we appreciate you so much, and we want to make sure we give you your roses. And again, appreciate you. So tell us how. Oh, look, Shelly, Air Force in the house, of course. So tell us about your journey. How did you get to this point to writing books and all this stuff. I mean, like, how did you get here?
Well, it's kind of a not crazy story, I guess, because all things, God he's an orchestrator of all things. But I did 25 years in the Air Force, and in 2020 my father was kind of sick. I decided to retire. I had a lot of health issues myself. I was coming off of my last deployment, and so I decided to hang up my uniform. And while I was on after my retirement ceremony. I actually didn't retire until 2021, but after my ceremony, a friend of mine called me and she said, "Hey, Kamille, do you know any ghostwriters?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know any, but I can kind of, hook you up with some if you like." And so she was like, "Well, can you do it?" And I was like, "What? Like, what would make you want to, trust me with your life story?" She was like, "Well, God told me you could."
I love
And
that.
so I was like, "Well, he didn't tell me." And so she was like, "Well, pray about it and let me know." So immediately I felt a yes in my spirit. And so we embarked on an 8 month journey, chronicling her life story. And that was the beginning of my work as a writer, book coach, editor type thing. But I've always loved writing. I've always been very good at it while I was in the military. Every award at every level, all the way up DOD, Air Force level, I wrote them, won them, for other people, did whatever. And so writing has always been a thing for me. And I'm an avid journaler, I'm an avid writer. And so I had written 2 anthologies prior to that in 2019 and 2020. And so she read one of them and she was like, "And I see your Facebook posts, and your Facebook posts, you write so well, like I really want to." So that particular book, we did a book launch, and God kind of just showed me everything that I needed for that process. And it took us all the way to East Africa. So we did a 6 country, 7 city tour. Actually, I went to 6 cities, but to East Africa, and we did that for about 6 weeks. And we sold over 5,000 books during that time, I think. And then we partnered with the UNFPA, and we did an activity and went back to South Sudan. And a couple of times we went back for kind of a intelligence gathering mission one time, and then we went back again for activities. So I was there for 6 months out of 2023. So yeah, it just was an amazing, unexpected turn in my life because I decided to take a chance on myself. And my friend saw something in me and she called me out on it. She was obedient to God, I say, and it literally changed the trajectory of my life and hers as well. So yeah.
So you said so many amazing pieces in that intro, which is so dope. Number one, your friend seeing something in you and saying something, because we can have friends who see something but won't say anything, right?
Absolutely.
And that speaks volumes to have the right people around you speaking life into you. You know what I'm saying? That's important to making sure you are in the right circle of influence with people, right? And that leap of faith that you took, right, has brought you to this place where all you were saying is, "My dad's sick. I need to find my next act in life." And boom,
Yeah.
here you are.
Here
Whole
it,
a whole author, been traveling across the world, teaching,
yeah,
people brain. I mean, like, look, like, that's the God that we serve. That
yeah,
is so amazing. That things that you didn't, he take the things that you're good at and he amplifies it and gets the glory from it. Like, that is the most
yes,
amazing thing to me. And
yeah,
now you out here ghostwriting, hearing people's stories, even hearing their stories probably inspire you to continue to help others. Man, girl, you in the game. You in the I done saw a whole thing in that little bit that you said. I mean, like nuggets, like
yeah,
gold nuggets. And I mean, because think about it, as a ghostwriter, you get to absorb somebody else's story, right?
Absolutely. Mhm. Absolutely. And that's one of the things I love. With her story, we work very closely together. A lot of Zoom calls. She would send me in parts of her manuscript and I would develop that. And we would go back and forth asking for clarification. I did a lot of research on her country. She's from South Sudan. So I had to learn and really understand some of the traditions and cultural norms of that country. And so it was so great to just be able to see the world through her eyes, and then like I said, be able to actually go over there. I'm actually going back again real soon, but to be able to go over there and see what I read about, what she told me about, what I saw pictures of, to see it in real life, like in 3D, it was like, oh my god. Oh my god, like I am living something that I never had could have imagined for myself. And now writing people, I love to get in their heads. I love to make their stories come to life. I love to like interject all of that emotion that a lot of people don't want to. It's hard for them to disclose. It's hard for them to write on paper, and I get to fill those blanks in and really kind of round out the story. So I love doing it. I love doing it.
Man, I didn't thought about so many different people right now that just need you to just tap into them. I mean, like, I just literally went through a whole list of people. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person can help. This person, I just think that is that you have a gift, right?
Yes.
And everybody don't have that good, and you have the passion and I see the zeal on your face when you're talking about it. It's like you got that zeal and like passion for it, and that's the thing that people wants to connect with, and you bringing their story to life. I mean, like, man, I'm like, do I need to call you write my story?
Well, I do book coaching, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a part of your business model. Aspire to Grow Higher LLC. That is your business and your brand. How long have your business been in? You started your business.
Yes, I started my business in 2018, actually. And I was a master resilience trainer while I was in the military. I'm John Maxwell certified, creative intelligence certified coach. So I have a lot of experience in that area. So when I started my company, I actually did, it was a leadership and resilience training company. And I loved it. I love what I do working with people. I love to get them, help them see the aha moment, the other side of that tragedy. And I was very good at it. So that's what I thought I was going to be doing. Right. So then when all of this happened, I had, you see a couple scars here. I had neck surgery. I had 4 major surgeries in the year that I was getting out of the military. And when I retired, I had jobs lined up. Like I was going to do resilience. And God told me, if you trust me, I'll blow your mind. And so I was like, ooh. And one thing I'll say is, you never know how to trust God, or if you know how to trust God until you really got to trust him. Because I left there with no plan, because he told me, don't take the jobs. Don't take the jobs. Every time it was like, no, if you trust me, I'll blow your mind. And I didn't have my VA for a whole year. You know how it goes. Well, you may not know, Makisha, but when you retire, your paycheck get cut in about a third. Okay. I still had a kid at home. One was gone, but I still had one at home. My paycheck was cut, but I could tell you this, that not a bill was missed, not a meal was missed. I was still able to live my life very full. I was able to do the things that I wanted to do, and it allowed me to embark on this journey that I would not have done otherwise, to be honest. I had time though. I was literally sitting in my thing, sometimes in a neck brace, typing and doing all this kind of stuff. I had cast on my one arm and I was poking it. It was just a lot of things going on. But yeah, it was, back and forth. But I probably wouldn't have done it otherwise. But I just believe that God knew what he was doing. And I'm glad that she listened and I listened. She kind of nudged me to do it. But it could have been turned out very differently. But so I was going to do leadership and resilience. And then I had this big swing in my life. And then I started doing the writing thing. So, yes, I've been doing that for almost 4 years now. Or
So
actually 40 some years.
So the crazy thing is, I saw that you have you on your bio. You said you did the John Maxwell, and everybody I know that is their like dream to be able to be like, I'm John Maxwell certified. I don't know why I'm doing the air quotes, but I'm John Maxwell certified. I'm to be able to carry his name, right? Because that's basically that's what you're paying for, right? To be able to
Yes.
say
Yes.
John Maxwell certified, like
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Because that course is not cheap, right? But I think that's so cool because you're thinking story about me, right? So I thought same thing, right? I had this thing all planned out 2016. I was gonna be a life coach. I went and got my life coach certification. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on teaching people how to do vision boards and how they bring out their vision.
Yes.
And all of these amazing things, right? And did it 2 years for my corporate office, 2 years, and then I just start my family. I mean, I start my family doing vision board, my daughter, my son-in-law, my sister. And then I met Shelly. I met Shelly.
Yep.
My friend. Listen.
Come on over here.
She was like, Fred, I mean, yeah, I get it, but Fred, come on.
Yeah.
And so it hurt my heart because I was like, I had this big plan together. I just knew this was about the rocket ship, right? I mean, I had, I had things lined up. She was like, I tried to convince her. She was
no, friend, no.
I know. She was like, one time I almost had her. One time. You know what I'm saying? She was like this. She was like, man, I don't know about that one, friend. I mean, it's funny how the Bible said we make a plan, but God has the final plan, right? So
look,
it's so funny, man. It just trips me out every time I talk. Every year we talk, because of course it's about to be the end of the year, and all these parties, vision boards parties, about to start popping out all over social media and stuff. And
she'd be like, "No, friend."
She's gonna be like, okay, "I'm gonna let you do it." So what she did, which is so cool, which I appreciate it, right? Is sometimes the vision board is just all about things and what you want to do, all that stuff. But what are you leaving room for God to do what He wants to do? So she said, "Go ahead." Well, she didn't say, God told her, right? It was so funny. It hurt my heart, right? It literally hurt me because I was like, "Bruh, this is my whole business. You about to bust up my whole
girl."
Right? So she was like, like God was telling her to wait and all these different things. And I know people that had already made theirs for the year and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. Right. So she was saying, leave. Well, God was telling her, like, that's fine, you have your side, but leave room for me to move. You know what I'm saying? Because we get so caught up in that and we forget that keep our eyes on Jesus. So I get that. I agree with her. I was like, you don't mess up my whole little pocketbook. Going around being a consultant. You mess that whole thing up, friend.
Yeah, I tell you though, but when you listen, look, it's better than you can ever dream of.
Oh my God, this year I'm so glad I listened. God has really done some amazing things. That's the thing that we talk about, making sure you have the right circle, connected to the right people who's going to speak life into you and be like, no, maybe try it this way and not be offended about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you said, even your friend was like, friend, God told me, hold on, he didn't tell me. Hold up, he didn't tell me, right? But then you taking that seed, because it was a seed, right?
Yes.
Taking that seed, you're like, okay, God, she gave me this seed. Now what am I supposed to do with it, right? And he was like, actually, yeah, it's a good fruitful seed, and sow it, right? So I think that's so cool. So tell me, how can people get in contact with you, connect with you if they're trying to write a book, or what's what's like the number one thing they do they need to have a manuscript already, or are like
No.
how did that process work?
So, okay, well, first, you can find me. I have Aspire to Grow Higher, which is my website that's up here right now. I mean, my business is aspire2growhigher.com. I have a website on there. You can schedule a call through that website. My email address is on there. It's aspire2growhigher@gmail.com. I have a Facebook page, a business page is Aspire to Grow Higher. And then, my, what is the Instagram? I have an Aspire to Grow Higher, whatever, all those things. And then you can find me, Kamille, if you're on Facebook, that's where I do all of my personal stuff or whatever. But Kamille Thomas. It's NyaMuoch. If it's a long name with Kamille with a K, that's me. All right. So
you also have foundations.
yes.
Let's talk about your foundations too. You're a co-founder of one.
Yes.
Now I'm not going to be able to.
I am NyaTongyik. So Nya is girl in South Sudan. So South Sudanese language is girl, Nya, or in that particular tribe. Okay. And her Tongyik is my friend's last name.
Okay.
So it is her story is the story of so many women there. Okay. So we named it I Am NyaTongyik because of that. It resonates. It's not just for her, about her, but she is them, they are her. And we're all so much more alike than we think. So myself included. So yeah, so I'm a co-founder of that organization. We have it based in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, and also in South Sudan. So, we go over there. We're trying to go back over there and do some more activities because we had such a wonderful time over there. So many people came out. Funnier thing is I Am NyaTongyik, which was geared towards girl child education, reduction of dowries, elimination of forced marriages and child marriages, gender-based violence prevention, but about 75% of our audience is men.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, and they benefit the most, and they're the ones that actually helped us or they did most of the organizing for us to go to East Africa once they read her book, and they were like, you've got to come. So it was the men who were really touched by that in this organization, but we're really working to help the people overall. But yeah. So.
Oh wow! So you also have a book too, right? So, and where can we find your books?
So it's on Amazon. It's actually a part of an anthology. I think I have one up there somewhere, but I don't know, so I won't go get it. But it's called Empowering Our Girls with a Z on there. And so my chapter is the very first one, and it's called Dear Daughters. So that's one. And then I have another one. It's I survived my past. Now I'm looking toward my future. And it was a life of significance is the chapter that I wrote in there. So yeah, both of them are on Amazon. So you can find them on Amazon.
Wow, man. Yeah. You this is so amazing that you like to write. Do you teach people to journal first? Like, what's the process? Like if I come to you and say, hey, I want to write about my life, right? Am I like, are you going to start telling me to journal? Like, how does that process work?
So it depends on the person, right? Okay. Some people come with manuscripts. Like I have a couple of clients right now that they already sent me their draft manuscripts. So we're going through it, redoing I do some different kind of stuff, but whatever. We're working on their manuscripts right now. And then I have people that have come to me with almost nothing. And it's like, okay, this is what I want to write about. Can you help me to write about that? And I say, sure, okay, let me find what message do you want your audience to receive? What do you kind of want to focus on? Because you can't write your whole life in one story. It's impossible, right? I'm 47 years old, so I can't write 47 years in a book that somebody would want to read. But I mean, you can do it. Like there's biographies and stuff, but you understand what I'm saying. Yes. So what is important for you? And on my page, my business page, on my website, I have blogs and stuff about writing. On my Facebook page, I have tips on how to write. So how to get your creative juices going, setting the environment, finding ideas in everyday life. So we go through that process too. And it's like, why do you really want to write this book? Why is it so pressing for you to write? And what is it that's propelling you or compelling you to write this book? And let's explore from there. So sometimes I'll just have people talk and we'll get on a Zoom or get on a phone call and they'll just start talking and we'll start picking out themes and stuff. So it differs for different people. Some people can go from chapter to chapter, they have an outline. And some people, they're like, I don't know where to start. I'm like, well, go event based, start with an event. Whichever one that's pressing on your heart, write about that. And then don't worry about putting them all in order and all that kind of stuff. We'll work on that type of thing. Don't worry about naming stuff. We'll work on that. Don't worry about the title. We'll work on that. But the most important part is to get your thoughts out, get them out of your head and into your hands. So, get that pen and paper going. So I talk about a lot about those things and give people different ways to tap into their creative, get in their creative flow so that they can write.
Question. So do you also help people write movies?
I don't, but here's the funny thing, right? So I got accepted to LA Film School to pursue my degree in television and film writing. So it's funny you asked me that.
How funny, because the Holy Spirit told me to ask you, because I was like, am I losing my mind? Should I say it, or am I not supposed to say it, or anything like that?
Well, Holy Spirit told you, because that's what I did. I actually enrolled in everything. I'm waiting on a couple of things, so I had to push my date back. I was actually supposed to start on October 28th, but I had to start in the next semester. But that's what I will be pursuing. So just so you know.
Oh my God, I am mind blown. Oh, I was like, I'm just gonna shoot for it. I'm like, maybe I'm just.
That's what I'm working on.
That's your next. Oh, this is about to be so good. Be like, I know that girl, she came on my show. You know what I'm saying? She writing and stuff in Hollywood because I know her. I've seen her before. Yes, sis. Oh my God. I'm so excited for you. Like,
thank you.
Before we leave, tell us, encourage someone who's at that crossroad, who wants to write, don't know how to write, or needs to write, God told them to write. How would you encourage them at this moment?
Well, I would tell them to write it out. Writing is not only therapeutic for you, but when you start to share your story, you'll understand how your story will help others heal as well. We don't know what we don't know. We always feel like we're by ourselves. Nobody understands, but there's this funny thing about human nature. We all know what grief in some form is like. We all know what losing something is like. We all know what depression or anxiety, we've all experienced it on varying degrees. And so people are more connected and more alike than you think, and this, like you said, the world needs you. They need to hear your story, because your story could be the one thing that saves somebody's life. That could be, start a whole legacy of something else, can break those generational curses, that give somebody the hope, just the light at the end of the tunnel that they needed. So I would say, if it is on your mind, God put it there for a reason. Get to writing. If you need tips, like I said, I put free tips on my page, on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on my TikTok. My TikTok is at Kamille Yvonne. So I talk about things that new authors should look for, things that they should avoid, mistakes that they make that may cost them time and money. I'm putting different stuff out there, even when you're doing an anthology, from being a part of that, the questions that you need to know, the stuff that you need to ask before you get into some of those things. I just did 6 or 7 different types of presses, publishing companies or publishers, so people can get familiar and they can make informed decisions about, their book project, and they do it in the most economical and in a way that is the best quality for them. So follow me for free tips and stuff like that. But I also do have a program. I'm about to launch it again at the beginning of the year, and it's a writing program called Head to Hand. So I will go through some of those things more in depth, and I will help people through that writing process. So yeah.
Ooh, this is about to be so good. Like, literally in 9 months. So, because we're going to have you back on the show in 9 months. So by that time, you will be indulging school and writing school, and
yes,
you'll be a whole new version of yourself. And I cannot wait to see that, Kamille. And
thank you.
I want to see the growth and all of the development you have and helped and seeds that you've sown to help other people write their stories. I mean, like, this is about to be so good. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
So tell everybody once again, all of your social media handlers, so they can follow you. I followed you on LinkedIn today at work, so you probably haven't had a chance to find, but it's coming from my work email. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go follow. I think I followed you on the socials, but I'm gonna triple check. So, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook, Kamille Thomas. You can find me on LinkedIn, Kamille Thomas. You can find me, my website is aspire2growhigher.com. My email is aspire2growhigher@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can find me on TikTok is at Kamille Yvonne, I think, because Kamille Thomas was taken. But at Kamille Yvonne is TikTok, and YouTube is Kamille in Real Life. But that's where I just am me, you know what I mean? So not a whole lot of business stuff on there, but Kamille in Real Life on YouTube. And Instagram is Aspire to Grow Higher as well. So
one last question. Are you
sure.
ghostwriting to help people write songs?
Okay, I've never disclosed this to me. Who is talking to you over there? All right. I've never disclosed this before. But I've written a lot of like songs in my thing. I've sent songs to different artists. They haven't really recorded them, but I have sent songs to people, and I do that in my spare time. And they're kind of like poetry, but a lot of them are songs. They started out as songs, but I look and I said, I'm going to put together a compilation of all of my poetry and songs, and I'm going to publish that one day. So yeah.
One day, yeah, not one day, soon.
Soon, okay. Soon. But yes, I love writing songs. I think I'm good at it. Nobody just is, they don't know who I am yet.
Okay. They're gonna know you. They're gonna know you. They're gonna know you real soon. They're gonna know you. We have so much fun. Oh my God. Listen, 9 months, you coming back. I cannot wait to see you at your next level height, growth, prosperity, blessings. Bless those hands. May they continue to write.
Thank you.
Help sow seeds. Help people and your nonprofit. May you continue to travel. Angels safe with you. Go help.
Thank you. I receive it all.
And I can't wait to see you again. I think I'm following you on most of your social. But again, I'm gonna triple check so we can stay in contact.
Yes.
And I hope to see you soon.
Yes.
This has been fun. I know. Sorry, Shelly should have gave you a disclaimer. She should have said, "Ooh, girl, ooh, girl."
It's all good. It was fun. I'm having fun. I love your energy. So,
oh my gosh, like I said, this is me. I just want to make sure that I just bring joy, and that's my assignment, to make sure I help sow seeds. This is my ministry. So thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You check out all her social media platforms. If you need any questions about her tips and all these different things, it's on her website, social media, and your TikTok. She's doing some tips. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow. We need you. We need you. We need you.
I'm here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have an amazing night. Until 9 months.
Yes, ma'am. See you then.
Take care. Bye.
All right.